Texas Permaculture Expo took place in Athens over the weekend. The event focuses on learning skills like growing food and even creating a home. East Texas News' Michael Richardson explains that the expo was inspired by a book.
We're connecting landowners with land stewards.
Susie Stillwell is co-creator of the Learning Gardens, which organized the Permaculture Expo. The event teaches skills about growing food and sustainability.
One of the big things that's been a challenge is people being disconnected, and so finding ways that we can come together to share a common interest to grow food has been big.
In Athens, attendees could hear from speakers, participate in yoga exercises, learn how to build a house, and more. Stillwell says the skills they are teaching are based on the book Skip, or Skills to Inherit Property.
It's harder for young folks to see a way forward that they can afford to live the way they want to live, a little more closer to nature, hands in the dirt kind of a thing. This is one of the many ways to be able to get your hands dirty, play in the environment in a productive way.
Stillwell says at least 100 people attended this year's Permaculture Expo, bringing the community together in the process.
There's a lot of life skills here that people can learn, how to eat healthier, how to forage even, how to take care of the earth and plants.
It's building connections, friendships are forming, opportunities, businesses, collaborations.
Michael Richardson, East Texas News Weekend.
Stillwell says the expo will be back next year.